how to stop a horse from being nippy and from biting. And this is a topic that I get a lot because, especially if you're working with green horses or young horses, or dare I say stallions, stallions, especially stallions that are babies, okay, so little colts, the combination, a lot of colts and young foals that are boys, they love to be mouthy. They love putting things in their mouth. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips on what you can do to stop the horse from biting, stop the horse from being nippy in a respectful way. And the biggest thing that I want to mention is there's this sort of, I think, I don't know, there's this sort of debate in the equestrian community, and that's what I want to like slice. I'm going to slice it down the middle here. And there's this debate, which is, do you smack the horse? Do you pop him? Like, how do you do it? Okay, so that's what I'm going to be covering now. And first of all, I want to say that when you're dealing with a foal, it is a little bit different than when you're dealing with a fully grown horse. So I did do another video where on my channel, go and check it out. It's where I talk about dealing with a dangerous horse when you're leading a dangerous horse, for example. So in that video, I talk a lot about if it's a fully grown adult that knows better, what it is that you should be doing. So if that's what you're looking for, go and watch that video. And yeah, that's going to help you if the horse knows that they shouldn't be biting and nipping, and what to do about it if they're big and strong and maybe muscular stallions and a bit scary. So what about foals or green horses? And I cover this topic a lot in the Speaking the Horse Language book and in my course. You can find the book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And basically one of the concepts that I share is this bubble. Okay, you have this protective bubble, and it's an invisible bubble. So if you have a baby horse, that horse doesn't really know what your bubble is, and they're going to test it. They're definitely going to test it because that's what baby horses do. And they're testing, their mom's bubble in the field. They're testing the other horse's bubble. They're testing the other baby horse's bubble. So this is just something that foals do. Okay, so don't take it personally. Don't get upset. It's just something that they do. So you're going to have this invisible bubble, which you have to protect. And that's how we teach our horses to have manners when they're young, is we establish boundaries. And by establishing boundaries, no, I don't mean that you go and you smack the horse or do something extreme, but you just have your bubble and you're just guarding it, like you're swatting a fly almost. Like, this is my wall, this is my barrier, and I'm just going to protect my barrier. And that's it. So that's basically the concept. Okay, it's not rocket science. That's the concept. That's how you stop a horse from biting and nipping. And what about, again, that kind of dividing down the line here. What about my horse, I don't know, nips at me or bites me? Do I pop him? Do I give him a little smack? And here's what I have to say about that. And the reason I think that a lot of people feel that you should smack the horse is, I assume they think that by smacking them, you kind of get that horse's attention. It's, you're punishing the horse. They're not going to want to do it twice if you punish them. So you give them a little spanking. So here's my take on that. Now, I've worked with a lot of different types of horses, so, it really depends on the personality. But overall, the most important thing is you cannot be emotional. Okay, you can't be emotional. So if I'm protecting my bubble and the horse bites me, if I get angry and I start, wiggling the lead rope really, like, oh, you stupid horse, why? If I'm angry, if I'm emotional, then that's not training. That's not horse training. And the reason is because the horse is now going to be scared of you. They're going to have emotions tied to it. Horses are all about safety, all about security, all about following the alpha horse. Even if it's a stallion, stallions follow the alpha mare. So, when it comes to horses, if I get angry, if I escalate, if I have emotions in anything that I do, I'm not training my horse. So it's not about just smacking your horse and getting all upset and like, my horse just bit me. That's not going to train your horse. And it's probably not going to stop them from doing it again. Okay. Because horses in the field, they're going to kick each other. You smacking your horse is not really it doesn't really register to them. They're going to feel your emotions and they're going to get upset, but you're not going to be, stronger and tougher than alpha mare in the field. So it's not about that. It's not about trying to be alpha mare. It's not about smacking them. It's not about getting emotional. And a lot of people don't know how to correct a horse and not get emotional. So that's the biggest thing that you have to learn is how to protect your bubble. Okay, how to protect your bubble without getting upset, without getting emotional. Every time that little baby horse tests you, tries to bite at you, tries to nip at you, you just boop in my bubble. But I'm not even looking at the baby horse. Baby horse is over here. I'm looking where I'm going. I'm leading, I'm walking, I'm enjoying my day, looking at the sunshine and flowers. Baby horse tries to nip, I boop, stop them. Boop, that's my bubble. Not even looking at you, baby. Not even going there. This is my bubble. As long as you're not in my bubble, I don't care what you do. Yeah, I don't care. As long as I'm safe. Yeah, as long as I'm safe, as long as you're behaving, I don't care. Yeah. So you have to not get emotional about it. So my biggest suggestion for you, because I know this was just a little like taster, is to really understand the horse psychology and to really dive into, because there's a difference between working with a foal, working with a green horse, and working with an adult horse, or working with a horse that has a past, working with a mare versus a stallion versus a gelding. Like there's a whole lot of different psychology factors that are involved here. So for that, I would definitely suggest you head over to Amazon, grab a copy of my book, Speaking the Horse Language. That way you can really understand exactly what to do and more about this whole bubble concept and how you can protect it correctly without getting emotional, and kind of instilling these manners in your baby horse or in your green horse or in your stallion or whatever, instilling those manners without that horse feeling like you're trying to bully them or feeling scared of you or feeling emotional. They just sort of, when you do it correctly, they just look at you and they're like, oh, I have manners that I have to follow. It's the same like when you're teaching kids to sit at a dinner table and say please and thank you, or can you please pass me the salt and pepper? Like you're instilling manners. You're instilling manners in your kids. You instill manners in your horses. So go and grab a copy of my book, Speaking the Horse Language, or just dive into the online course. You can find all of the links down below. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.